Good, thank you.
Welcome, very nice. Welcome to Mom Chat, and my name is Pra KK.
Okay.
Yes, and do you know what does mean Pra? Well, Pra means monk. So if you want to address a monk in Thailand, you can address Pra as a monk.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and I have been monk for 18 years. Face to face before? Oh, I feel so good luck. First monk. Hopefully you will enjoy to meet a monk and learn many things about the Buddhist monk life and Buddhism as well. Alright, so guys, are you familiar with Buddhism?
Somewhat.
A little bit, right? Okay, no worries. So let me tell you something about Buddhism, okay? You know, most of the Western people who are not familiar with Buddhism, the first time if you go to a Buddhist temple, you can see several Buddha images or statues. See guys? And you know what? You will see Buddhist monk or Buddhist people, what they do? They sit on the knee like this, they palm their hands, and they worship like this. Have you seen that?
Yes.
We do 3 times. And also you can see, you know, in front of the statue of Buddha, Buddhist monk or Buddhist people, they pray. Have you heard that? For example, Namo Tassa Bhagavato Itipiso Bhagavata Aham Samma Sambuddho Vichacharana Sampanno Sukhato Lokavitu blah 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 blah. Many things we say. Yeah. Like asking something from the statue, you know. So anyway, some Western people, they might think that Buddhism is a religion when you see Buddhist monks are worshipping the statue or images of the Buddha or praying. Even I thought when I was young, my mom, she took me to Buddhist temple, exactly the same thing I show. People are worshipping the Buddha statue or praying, offering many things to the statue, like they light a candle, incense sticks, and many things. So I thought that Buddha is our God. That's what I thought. That's why guys, let me tell you what exactly Buddhism is. You know, the core of the Buddhism is not exactly a religion. Buddhism, it's a philosophy. Buddhism didn't talk about faith or beliefs. Buddhism, they talk about the truth. So many people said that Buddhism is a way of life. It's based on the investigation or examining how to balance your life. There are 3 main concepts to train in your life. First, train your moral. Learn how to avoiding doing bad. Second, train your mental to purify your mind, to get the inner peace. And train your wisdom. Do something good. When you're able to train the 3 things, your moral, mental, and wisdom, you will learn how to avoiding bad, how to pure the mind, how to do good. The 3 things will balance 3 main actions in your life. Your mental action, your verbal action, your physical action. It goes together with it balance, how to think right, speak right, do right to have a good life. Good life means happy life. That's what we're looking for. Main purpose of life to enjoy the life. And to enjoy the life means enjoy the moment, now and here. Because your past, no matter good or bad, happy or unhappy, is already gone. So let it go. And your future doesn't exist yet. Even tomorrow is unknown. No one knows tomorrow will be or not. So the most important in our life, being in moment. To train your moral, avoiding bad, to train your mental, pure the mind, to train your wisdom to do good. And share your kindness, compassion, love, respect, and forgiveness. Then you can enjoy the moment. You know, Buddha is not a god. Buddha is a human like us. He was born in 623 BC into a royal family as a prince. His full name is Prince Siddhartha Gautama. Present day, the place Buddha was born belongs to Nepal. Actually, it belongs to India in the Buddha time. Still, the place Buddha was enlightened and passed away belongs to India. So according to stories, he was born in the royal family, only a child, only a son. And from childhood, Buddha was very, very wise, like me. You know what, guys? Learn to love yourself. At least you're happy for that. Enjoy your life. Anyway, he was very wise and his parents were very curious son to be something else in the future. So that's why parents never let him to know the struggle or suffering of life. So he was grew up with luxuries in the palace with a lot of pleasure. So when he became an adult age, parents let him to get married. He got married with a beautiful princess named Yasudhara. After he got married, he had a son. So according to stories, before he became a king, he visited his kingdom. Very first time, he saw an old man, a sick man, and a dead body. He had never seen those things in the palace because parents was not allowed him to know the suffering or struggle of life. So when he saw those things first time, an old man, sick man, and a dead body, he was realized, oh, life is a suffering. Well, it's so common to get suffering in our life. Even I'm a prince, I'm going to be king very soon. Everything I have, I have a power, kingdom, palace, gold, luxuries. But still I have suffering. Why is it? I want to know what is the cause of suffering. I want to get away from suffering. Then, Prince Siddhartha, age of 29, he renounced from everything. He gave up. He didn't want the power, gold, palace, luxuries. You know why? Simply he tried to detach. He said the power, the gold, the palace is not permanent happiness. Because more you have, more you want. Never enough in your life. So desire could be cause of suffering or stress. That's why he renounced from everything. Then he was able to learn suffering and cause of suffering. Finally, he decided himself to investigate himself how to end up suffering. So he went to forest for 6 years. He was only practicing with the food for 49 days. If you see very skinny Buddha image, it reminds us the teaching of the Buddha, the story of the Buddha when he stopped eating food. And again, finally he realized, oh, no. I don't take care of myself. Only practice. So I'm not in balance. Without balance, how could I achieve nirvana or enlightenment? There is no balance. Finally, he was founded the middle path or middle way. In balance. That's why I told you guys, Buddhism is a way of life. It's based on the practice how to balance your life. So after he founded the middle path or middle way, he was learning and practicing following the middle path. And after 6 years he practiced, he was able to awaken or arise from greed, anger, delusion, hatred. He has no more greed, no more anger, no more delusion, no more hatred. So he has no more mentally suffering. Simply we call enlightened. And he became an old Sikh at that age of 80 at Kusinagar in India. Buddha passed away. So overall, guys, Buddha is not a god. And the Buddhist monasteries, I'm telling you, Buddha, he did not create the world, he did not create us. Buddha has no right to judge anyone. You did right, go to heaven, you did wrong, go to hell. No. Buddhism is not a religion, there is no judgment, right or wrong. That's why Buddhism talks about karma. Goes around, comes around, cause and effect. You do good to you, good to others, you happy. You enjoy your life. When you do bad to you, bad to others, you suffer. No matter what you believe, that is the truth. Circumstances, the truth of nature. So that's why Buddhism talks about the karma, cause and effect. And you know what? Final goal of Buddhism called nirvana or enlightenment. No matter who you are, what you believe, anyone can achieve that. Because nirvana has no sign, only for Buddhists. So anyway guys, Buddhism is not a religion. Buddha is not a god. When you see Buddhist people in front of the statue, they sit on the knee, 3 times they worship. It's more like a worshipping, but it's not called worship. Buddha is not a god. We don't worship to Buddha. It's called bowing to show respect. 3 times. First time we bow to show respect to Buddha as an enlightened one or a great teacher. Second time to bow to show respect to his teaching. Third time to bow to show respect to his disciple or followers. So in Thai culture, not only we bow to Buddha, we bow each other. If you approach with Thai people, you will see they pound their hands and they will bow to you. They will say, Sawadee krap, Khap kun krap. That's what we do. It's totally different from your culture. In your culture, you will handshake, you will hug, or you will kiss. But here we bow. It's not called worship. And you know what? In front of the statue or Buddha images, if you see someone praying, saying something, it's more like a praying. It's not exactly called praying. Because Buddha is not a god. So we don't pray to Buddha. We call chanting. Does make sense? C-H-A-N-T-I-N-G, chanting or mantra. It has two significance why we do that. First meaning of chanting, Buddha time around 2,600 years ago, he has no any written teaching. He has only oral teaching. So in order to memorize the Buddha's teaching, we chant twice a day since Buddha time until now. It's called chanting. Just simply to memorize the Buddha's teaching. And different meaning of mantra, simply we call mantra meditation. How long you do that, that long you have no monkey mind, no depression, no anxiety, no worries, no thoughts. It's not called prayer, it's called chanting or mantra. Anyway guys, now I'm going to take a long time, so you have half an hour to ask any question you want. So sorry to take a little long time, because this is very important for you, especially as a Western people who are not familiar with Buddhism, to know a little bit about Buddhism. At least you know that it's not exactly a religion. Thank you.
So if Buddhism is not a religion, do people have a religion or not no religion?
Actually, if you study the core of the Buddhism, it's not about the faith or beliefs. They talk about the truth. That's why it's based on the practice to accept the truth and how to let it happen, how to let it go. So, if Buddhism is not a religion, you could be Buddhist Christian, Buddhist Islam, Buddhist Jew, or could be, no matter what you believe, anyone can be accept Buddhist way of life. Because it's not a religion, So if you want to follow the Buddhism, you don't have to convert. You could be Christian Buddhist or Jubu. Yeah. I met many Jubu from America, from different countries. Judaism plus Buddhism. Jubu. Yes. Thank you. Yes, please.
I have lots of questions. Where did you learn English so perfectly?
Oh, thank you. Well, actually, guys, I was born in a poor background, in the countryside, and I lost my mom and dad when I was young. So I didn't get good opportunities to go to international school to learn. So I learned English by myself.
Really?
Yes. But I was more challenged when I went to university. I took English program, but it was not good opportunities to learn English. Because in the classroom, we had less opportunities to improve our speaking skills. So after I completed my school, I was improved my speaking skills by meeting the people, and I practiced myself.
Incredible.
Thank you.
What's the significance of the colors of the, would we call it a robe? The robe, is that the right word?
Yeah.
So we've seen different colors of robes.
Well, different color of robe has no significance, no meaning. That's why we are allowed to wear 6 main colors. Like orange, red, brown, dark brown, maroon, and saffron. And the color of the robe could be decided by an abbot of the temple, like the leader monk. Some temple has a huge group of monks stay together, so leader monk wanted to set only one color to see all the monks equal balance and let them to stay in discipline. That's why we have to wear only one color as well. And I heard in Thailand, we have 2 main groups of Buddhist monks. One we call forest monk, other one we call city monks. And they have 2 different colors of robe. So forest monk, they wear more like a dark color because they stay in forest. They don't wear the bright color. If they wear the bright color, it could be dangerous of animals. So generation by generation, they still follow that tradition. And I heard that in Buddha time has no color of robe. It was only white color, made by cotton. Does that make sense? Yeah. So Buddha time has no chemical. So that's why different color of robe, it has dyed by the different barks of trees. If you see orange color, maybe it was dyed by the bark of jackfruit trees. If You see the maroon color, maybe it was dyed by the leaves of thick tree. But in the modern world, as a modern monk, different color of robe. It made by machine, dyed by the chemical nowadays. But still we keep simple life. Wearing only one color inside, outside. Yesterday was same, today is same, tomorrow will be same. So at least I don't have to worry which color I'm going to use tomorrow. Not like you guys. For you, no way, especially for you go to party. Pink color, no more boyfriend, no color. A lot of stress.
You're a monk, you always dress in the robe, that's all.
Yeah. We are not supposed to wear the different clothing, We have to start being a monk, then I would love to wear these kinds of clothing. Or if you want to wear the robe, you have to ordain to become a monk.
We were in Myanmar in the past few years, and in Myanmar, young boys at age 18, I think, become a monk for a year, or go into the monastery for
Yes.
a year, up to a year. Do they do that in Thailand?
I think in Southeast Asian Buddhist countries are pretty same. It's very common for us to become a monk at least once in life for a period of time.
A period of time.
Someone they became a monk for education, especially those monks came from countryside or poor background, because education facility is not good in the countryside, and parents are poor, they cannot provide the right education. So that's why maybe the parents decided their young boy to become a monk and sent to a temple, especially for education. Then some part of the Thai typical traditional way, when we had a funeral ceremony, someone they became a monk for the dead body. It could be for a period of time. Or sometimes we can see anyone, they just want to become a monk to dedicate their good deed, good action to someone, maybe their one or beloved one, so they become a monk for a period of time as well.
What about girls?
Well, actually in Thailand it's not easy for girls to become a monk, but in Myanmar you will see a lot who wear the pink color. Because in Myanmar it's very common for the girls, same like the boys, they have to become a monk at least once in life. Okay? So in Thailand, it's not easy for the female to become a female monk. It doesn't mean female are not allowed. No matter male or female, everyone has right to become a monk. Because monks, main purpose of monk life, three things: to learn, practice, and teach. So no matter male or female, everyone has right to learn, practice, and teach. And if I talk about the final goal of Buddhism called nirvana or enlightenment, has no sign only for male. Even according to the story of the Buddha, Buddha's mom passed away after 7 days she gave birth. Buddha grew up with his aunt. She was the first female monk. Later on there was more and more female monks. Actually she became an enlightened after Buddha. And Buddhist female monks still exist in different countries, like in Sri Lanka, in India, or in Tibet, many different countries, still a lot of female monks. But in Thailand, for the female, it's not easy to ordain. Because when you want to become a monk, no matter male or female, you have to take an ordination ceremony. That ordination has to lead by some senior monks, minimum 5 senior monks, exactly like this. 2 are witness, 1 is the ordinator. And after you become a monk, you are not only eating and sleeping. You need the community to practice. Some senior monks to lead you, and a place to stay like a temple or monastery. For us, generation by generation, there are so many temples, so many big communities, so many senior monks who can easily ordain and practice. But for female, it's not easy, because you guys are not supposed to stay with male monk in a temple. Should be separate temple, should be separate community. Female community, male community, something like that. So in Thailand, we don't have many female communities, we don't have many temples as a female monk temple. So that's why still female has difficulty to ordain in Thailand. It doesn't mean we don't have female monk in Thailand. We do have female monk, but very, very less than us. First female monk in Thailand, still she alive, around 70 years old, I guess. Actually, her name is Thammananta Bhikkhuni. She's a PhD doctor in Buddhist philosophy in English from Magadha University in India. She went to Sri Lanka to ordain, and she came back to Thailand. She started the first female organization in Nakhon Pathom province. nowadays we have small branches around the Thailand. And I think all over the Thailand, all the female monks, I think less than 250. So compared to us, still a small group, you know. So anyway, if any female want to ordain to become a female monk in Thailand, they have to go somewhere to ordain, and they are allowed to come back here and practice. But we do have female nuns. I don't know if you've seen or not. They shave their hairs like a monk. They wear only white dress.
We saw them at the Crystal.
Yeah. For them, it's okay. Ordain, allowed to ordain as a female lay nun, especially in a forest monastery temple. Mainly for meditation retreat, to take care of the female meditators, you know, because they kind of easy for them to become a female lay nuns because they have only 8 rules. But fully ordinated as a female monk, they have 311 rules, which is not easy for them. So guys, no matter male or female, everyone has right to become a monk.
How long does it take to be ordained?
1 or 2 hours,
Really?
the ceremony.
The training.
But I mean, what about the training? How much training?
Not exactly. It's a very good question, guys. Most of the Western people think that to become a monk, to ordain, you have to go to school or complete some courses or whatever. No. You know about the Buddhism, you don't know about the Buddhism or monks, that doesn't matter. You know, you can ordain. Better if you have permission from your parents and some senior monks who will ordain you, who will lead you the ceremony, ordination ceremony. So after you become a monk, you just learn practice because senior monks will lead you guys. So that's why it doesn't take time. You don't have to go to study or exam to become a monk. Yes, please.
Could you explain the significance of the different statues? Because some of them are different than like ones in there. Like,
Yeah.
for example, that one that has the stuff coming out of the back, or I've seen ones that have elephants going around. What do they mean?
Well, guys, different Buddha images or statues is not part of Buddha's teaching. Buddha never mentioned to make these images. According to stories, Buddha had no images of the Buddha. After a long time he passed away, his disciple made an image of the Buddha to represent an enlightened one or a great teacher. So we have different postures or position of the images or statue is remind us different teachings, different stories of the Buddha. Simply, you can look it over that, an image of the Buddha like this. Did you see that? The hand? It's remind us Buddha's teaching. Stop doing bad, stop killing, war, fighting, ignorance and violence. You see the Buddha hand on the chest over there like this? It's remind us Buddha's teaching, love, kind, compassion to all living beings equally. You see the reclining Buddha image? It has 2 significance. The first meaning of reclining Buddha image, Buddha passed away in that posture. So it's remind us Buddha passed away with peace. You know. Or when we do lay down relaxation meditation, we do back lay down like this simply, or we do side lay down like a Buddha. So when we do side lay down, we always do right side. We don't do left side because of heart. Okay? And this is simply we call Naga, the 7 head of snakes or whatever. It's simply, you know, represent the spirit of the Buddha. When Buddha was meditating, it was heavy rain. So there was a snake, big snake came top of the Buddha, had to protect from the rain. Or simply it's like a protector of the Buddha from the enemies or something like that. You know. So, well, Buddha images is not part of Buddha's teaching. To be honest, guys, no one has seen how Buddha looked like. You know, so they got the story of the Buddha, and people has different imagination. Buddha has different stories, different teaching. That's why it looks different postures or position. And for us, no matter which position or postures, we just sit on the knee and we bow 3 times to show respect to him, his teaching, and disciples as well.
Buddhist monks do not marry, is that correct?
Yes.
Do many leave in order to then marry someone?
Well, guys, you know, as a Buddhist monk, you are not supposed to get married, you know. And there are rules. For the Buddhist monk has 227 rules, you know. So as a how long you being a monk, you're not supposed to get married, or many rules, regulation. If you stop being a monk, then you can have family, or get married, or kids, whatever. So some Buddhist monk, they became a Buddhist monk for education. After education, they stop being a monk, they take care of their parents and families, or someone they think that Buddhist monk life is very difficult, then you have right to stop being a monk, So, but you cannot take off your clothes, robe, and then become a layman, not like that. You have to take a ceremony
To,
stop being a monk.
okay.
Yeah, or if you break some big rule as a monk, you have to disrobe. Disrobe. For example, the rule number 3 for the monk, sexual intercourse, something like that. So if you are not enjoying being a monk life, then everyone has right to stop being a monk. You just have to take a ceremony, some witness, some senior monks will stop being a monk. Like no pain, no gain.
Okay, that's another question.
Miss British? Any question?
How old were you when you became a monk?
When I was 13.
Do you think you'll do it forever?
Good question. I don't know. Because you know what? Future doesn't exist yet. How could I tell you will be a monk for the rest of life or stop being a monk? I don't think that's something I do think, but I don't dwell it. So I focus the moment I'm a monk, I try to be happy.
What's your daily routine?
Well, every temple has a typical schedule. It's very common for us to follow to keep disciplined life. So one another temple could be a bit different, So usually, guys, basically we start a day early in the morning. Maybe we wake up. Some temple wake up at 4 a.m. or 4:30. Then we get together. We do chanting. Could be for half an hour or could be for 45 minutes or an hour. And then we practice meditation. It's different of the temple how long you want to practice. Then early morning we get together, we clean around the temple. Basically we sweep around the temple. Before people come to visit the temple, we keep clean. Then between 6 to 7:30, we hold the bowl over there. You see black color or white color? The bowl. We hold it and we walk on the street around the temple, or in the city. It's called alms around. Buddhist monks do not decide food in Thailand. For the Buddhist monk, it's offered by the people. So we go once a day to collect food for 2 meals, breakfast and lunch. We are not supposed to have dinner. So after we collect food, we share food with each other. As a young novices or monk, as a student, they will go to study. And they will study, they will take lunch break before 12 noon and they will participate afternoon classes. Then in the late afternoon or early evening, they will come back to temple. And we relax for a while. We sweep around the temple in the evening. We take a shower. Then we do evening chanting, meditation practice. We also dedicate our good action by spreading loving kindness, compassion to all living beings, including our enemies or all the religion, for peace and happiness. Then we do study, we do homework, assignment, preparation for next class as a student. And we go to sleep early night, maybe before 9 or 10 p.m. to wake up early morning. And some senior monks, they leave the temple because people are going to temple to offering whatever. So they take care of the temple. Some senior monks, especially educated monks, they will go to teach, especially to high school or university where monks study. And then some people, they invited monks to go to funeral ceremony, new blessing, or some type of teaching, whatever. The senior monks, they go to lead the ceremony, Because as a monk, we are not supposed to be disappointed when people need monk's help, something like that. So that's what we do in a day. And for the monk school, basically, our normal holiday is Saturday, Sunday. But monks, students, holidays doesn't occur same day of the week. It could be any day of the week. It's based on the moon. So at the day we will not go to study. So we have more time to take care of ourselves or temple or meditate or chanting. We do more than other days. So this is what we do in a day. And temple has no holiday. This doesn't mean that we are not allowed to go to visit our parents if they invite us or if we miss, you know. We just need permission to go there for a few days. Yeah, thank you. Buddhism talk about this cycle of life. It's based on your karma. Karma means action or intent, action or intention. Simply we call goes around, comes around, or cause and effect. So Buddha do not judge you where to go. So karma, the circumstances, it goes life after life, life after life. Someone say reincarnation, someone say rebirth. Until you achieve enlightenment or nirvana. That's what we say, nirvanang paramang sukham. It means nirvana is the permanent happiness. It's what we're looking for. We don't want to get old, sick, dead, and a lot of depression, anxiety, worries, tense. Again and again, we want the nirvana, the permanent happiness. That's why what's the Buddhism talk about the reincarnation. According to Buddhism, main cause of suffering is not cause of something else. Cause of yourselves. The origin of suffering is from yours. In English, I, the single word, I, that is the cause of suffering. Me. Simply because of attachment. We attach too much by ourselves. It's cause of suffering. That means precise, guys. Right, wrong, who decides? I decide. Good, bad, who decide? I decide. Positive, negative, from where? From you. More who have? I have. More who want? I want. Who have a desire? I have a desire. Finally, who suffer? I suffer. See? Always being attached to yourself. Too much. Who had a mind? I had a mind. Everyone has a mind, right, guys? Mind, your mind. All mind are so rushed, so busy. That's why I call monkey mind. Then what do you have in your mind? Stress, worries, anxiety, depression, tense. See, again, being attached with you. Or let's say my parents die. Who will suffer? I will suffer because they are my parents, not your parents. 1,000 parents die in a day, you don't suffer. But when your parents die, you suffer. Because of what? Attachment. It's yours. Or let's say, guys, you hate KK very much. And KK, he don't know anything, you're hating him. Do you think it's KK suffering? I don't think so. I must be enjoying myself in my temple in Thailand, meditating twice a day, keep calm my mind. But you are the one in your country not happy to work, not happy to sleep, not happy to eat, not happy to use Facebook. Or, okay, what's your name again?
Natalie.
Natalie. Let's say, I love you so much, Miss Natalie. I'm just crazy with your love. KK, you love so much Natalie. But Natalie, she don't care with KK. He don't love me. So who'll suffer? KK suffer. I cry every day in Thailand. I miss Natalie so much. But Natalie is the one in Australia. Every night party. Here we go, man. Something like that. See, guys. This is an example. I'm so sorry.
No.
You know what? Let it happen. Let it go. Anyway. Or let me give you more example. You know what? For example, guys, okay, most of you guys from America, you know what? Most of the America or most of the people in this world who really don't like Mr. President of America, Mr. Donald Trump, you don't like. So guys, if you don't like Mr. President, do you think it's President suffering? I don't think so. Mr. President, he enjoys with sexy girl every night, but you are the one who get a lot of stress, depression. Yeah, this is true. Because you attach too much yourselves. It's the main cause of suffering because of yourselves. Or, okay, let's say guys, look at me. Let's say I pick my nose. Do you see that? Here we go. Then I eat it. Look at that. isn't it? You think I suffer? No, I'm so happy to eat this. You are the one who suffer. You know what I'm saying? Main cause of suffering is cause of you, but not cause of attachment. What's wrong with your attachment? Attachment is human nature. I attest to my parents, still I love them. I've been a monk for 18 years. I'm a senior monk in the monk shed. I lead the monk shed, especially with the private group. Attachment is human nature. Attachment doesn't cause you suffering. So main cause of suffering, not cause of attachment, cause of dwelling the attachment.
There's a lot of genuine suffering in the world, poverty and illness. That's not something you have control over.
Yeah. Well, simply what I'm saying, guys, we get the suffering ourselves because we attach too much. You know. So this is what we call dwelling. The root of suffering is not cause of attachment, cause of dwelling the attachment. Thinking is nature of mind. Everyone will think. Thinking doesn't cause you stress if you don't think too much. That's what I mean. You know. So that's why, according to Buddhism, if you study the Four Noble Truths, the Noble Eightfold Path, you will know the path to end of suffering. That's what Buddha was founded. But this is a simple way just to example you the cause of suffering, cause of dwelling. Something like that. Any more questions?
So your lifestyle is mostly chanting and learning. How much exposure do you have? Do you watch television, or do you have cell phones? Do you communicate?
Yes. Monks are allowed to use the internet or smartphone or whatever, guys. You know, especially there are so many Buddhist monks who became a Buddhist monk for education. So they have to communicate with their friends, you know, or teachers. For example, Buddhist monks, they became a monk for education, and they are not only getting the Buddhist education. Those who monks study at the high school or university, there are different faculties. They study, you know, math, English, geography, psychology, linguistics, literature, religion, any different subject they do study. And those monks who are studying higher education, like the master degree or PhD, you have to research many things, you know, to find many references, many information to complete your thesis. You know, you have to write these kinds of big book, around 500 pages. So without internet, how can you find the information, or how can you type, you know? So that's why we are allowed to use the internet or smartphone, or allowed to watch the TV. For example, some monks study, how to say, current affairs. So current affairs is all about the news, you know, what's happening. They have to use the internet or watch TV, you know, something like that. So for the education, monks are allowed. And also there are so many monks who came from countryside, being long time, they don't meet their parents or grandparents. When they have a smartphone, simply they can communicate by like a video chat or something. It makes parents more or less stress, less depression, you know, it's bring more inner peace. You know. So in that way, we are allowed to use. So simply we are allowed to use the smartphone, you know, not to harm yourself, not to harm others.
What about travel? How does I've seen monks in New York City and various places. How does a monk afford to travel, or do you go as a group as part of an educational experience, or how does that happen that you would travel?
Well, monks are allowed to travel as well. If they get some invitation. So many Thai Buddhist people who work in different countries, you know, they want to invite a monk and stay in their community to take care of the community, you know, especially the Buddhism or something like that. Or sometimes I have many monks who stay in New York City or in different places. They went abroad for education, you know. And, well, yeah, we are allowed to go to abroad, you know, but I guess it's very difficult for us to go to abroad. Because monks, they work a lot, they have no salary. And it's based on the donation, whatever people offer, we have to accept. So that's why it's not easy for us to go to abroad or somewhere. If parents or family can support you, then you can go, you know. Or sometimes if you have supporter, then you also can go. But overall, yeah, we are allowed to go, but it's not easy, you know.
Could one apply for a scholarship to a university?
Yeah, you can also, if you get a scholarship, then you can also allow to go. But where you stay in a temple, you have to ask permission. With the permission, you are not supposed to go. So permission is also important. Not to respect, not to disappoint the senior monk, something like that.
One more quick question. So if you did go abroad to study, would you wear your clothing, your monk clothing, or would you meditate, and would your life just be totally, you would do what they do in that country as far as scheduling, or do you try to follow your routine?
Well, we try to keep the discipline of life by following the schedule or routine.
Okay.
But it's a bit different in a different situation. So what I able to do in Thailand in the temple, I cannot do in the abroad. But basically what I will do, like chant twice a day, meditate twice a day, and here it's very common to go to collect food, but I cannot go that. Even I can go, but no one will offer food to me, you know, in the abroad. So a bit different, but I should wear the robe anywhere I go. Let's say in some different abroad countries, weather is not like here, so cold. So in that way, I can wear the big shoes or hat or whatever, a hat or maybe blanket or a jacket, you know. But I should have robe as well. Even here, Buddhist monks are not supposed to drive the car, but if I go to abroad, if I know how to drive, I can drive for me myself. So here we are not allowed, means we don't have to drive, someone drive for us, or local taxi we can get easily to our temple, something like that. Like my temple is 1.5 hours away from here. I came here to meet with you guys, you know.
Oh.
So when I go back, then I have to take taxi. Okay. All right. So finally, what I want to say, keep remember to train your moral, to avoiding that. Train your mental to pure the mind. And when you have way back, when you pure the mind, you will see your wisdom will develop. You will get more right understanding, right thought. You will have more loving kindness, compassion, respect, and forgiveness. You know. So simply, guys, try to balance between everything, between your mind and body. You know, think right, speak right, do right. If you want to have a good life, and respect yourself and respect others. To respect yourself means, to love yourself means avoiding doing bad. Try not to take in toxic things. Try not to speak bad. Try whatever you do good. Do the right action to bring you inner peace. So anyway, guys, I'm so happy to meet you all, and we have very good conversation. At least you know a little bit about the Buddhist monk life and Buddhism. Finally, if I made anyone disappointed by my speech, please forgive me. You know, learn to forgive yourself and others. More you forgive, more you relax. The concept in Buddhism called goes around, comes around. And I personally so glad to see you guys. You have such a good intention and effort to learn. And personally, as a Buddhist monk, I wish you all a long live with peace and happiness. May you all be free from all kind of suffering. Be free from unwholesome things, bad things, evil things, and bad deeds. I wish you life a more healthy life, peaceful life, happy life, and successful life. And I wish may you all be free from all kind of suffering. Be free from unwholesome things or illness, sickness. Be free from dangers and problems. Be free from disease. Be free from physical and mental suffering. I wish may peace and happiness be revealed to yourself, to your friends, to your relatives. May peace and happiness be revealed to all the religion, all living beings in this world. And I wish may all religion be free from war, killing, fighting, ignore violence, hatred. And I wish may peace and happiness be revealed to the world. Thank you so much for your kindness, compassion, love, and respect.
Thank you.